Roofs, properties palette. So what can we do with this roof as far as the properties palette is concerned? Well, we were just talking about the thickness of this roof, and maybe we're concerned about that. Let's just quickly look and see how we can edit that further. So I'm going to click on that roof again. And then in the properties palette, I'm going to click on Edit Type. Under Structure, I'm going to click Edit. And let's just change that to 10 inches for now. And then we say OK. So that's editing the type properties. But what if we just want to edit something like the fascia? Well, let's just click on this again. And let's take a look at what else is in the properties palette. So there's things like, what's the basic level? What's the offset from the level? And this is something that we should probably talk about as well. But for now, let's focus on the fascia. So right here, you've got the construction, and the rafter cut is set to plumb cut. So it's going to just take this as if this is one giant rafter, and it's just going to cut it plumb to the ground, perpendicular to the ground. Now, if I were to just click under rafter cut and say to cut plumb, and then I can give it a fascia depth. So maybe we want our fascia depth to be 5.5 inches. Then we say apply. Notice what happens? It's as if it's cutting the rafters so the fascia isn't so thick. What about this height offset from the level? What does that mean? Well, in order to look at this, let's look into a section view. So let's just scroll down in our project browser under sections, and here we have section 1. And let's just see what we've got. Now, we take a look at this and you might think, well, why is that set up that high? I mean, that's not right. Well, what happened is, as this point extends down, if we were to project that point down, that would intersect right at the top of roof plate. So what happens is the roofs think, oh, the front tip of my rafter, that's at this particular level, which is top of roof plate. And in this particular construction, that's not right. So we have some options. We can do a base offset from level, and we might do something like, maybe we measure this first. So we go to Modify, and we'll measure from there to there. And we see, okay, that's, about maybe 6.5 inches. So why don't we just hit Escape a couple times, click on the roof. Let's go to the properties now. Base offset from level, let's go negative 6.5 inches. Enter. And let's apply that. So now that roof is dropped down. Well, perhaps that's dropped down too far. So let's click on it, and we could bring that up just to negative 6 inches. Now, as the designer, it's up to you to know how far that should be from the plate. And that's something that in section view, you have easy access to. When I click on that roof again, let's see if there's any other points of interest when looking at this properties palette. Let's scroll down. Notice you have the slope. So you can adjust the slope at any time from the properties palette. So I could say, what would 2 and 12 look like? What would 6 and 12 look like? Let's go back to 4 and 12. Apply. It also gives you your overall thickness, your volume, and your area of roof. And that can be very handy when calculating things like shingles or quantities. Of course, we can have this in a schedule format as well with pricing and formulas, but this is great just for a quick look. This is how much square footage, and it'll help you along the way. So those are the properties of the roof.